So remember Andy, right? Yeah, remember him? So he started getting a little too comfortable. And I have this friend, let's call him Jeremy, right? My friend Jeremy, he was also on this trip. Andy decides to sit on his lap, right? On the beach chair the entire time, right? Keep in mind, Andy is straight. And this is just like very normal for us, right? Like he just likes sitting on people's laps, like specifically like Jeremy's lap and sometimes mine, right? And I'm just thinking like, okay, you know, he's just really comfortable around us. He's just very comfortable with his masculinity. That's all it is, right? Because I'm pretty sure he's not bisexual, right? He's just comfortable with the boys. That's all it is. Any woman or men in the chat here can like tell me, do you guys also get like, you know, comfortable with your friends? Like, do you hug them and just like cuddle them, or like, you know, just sit on their laps or just like hold them and stuff like that? Sometimes that happens. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, physically. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I think it's more like in America. Yeah, yes, you sit on them every day. Okay, yeah, that's fine. See, it's fine. You hug them all the time. Okay, see, so it actually is pretty normal. It's fine. He's not gay or bisexual, I'm pretty sure, because he says that all the time. What, guys, I have a question. What does bi-casual mean? Because that's what he says he is. I'm like, sure, pal. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean, dude? Is that a thing? I don't know what that means at all. Maybe he's in denial. Yeah, I don't get that. Bi-casual, what is that? Casually bisexual? I guess so, man. I've never heard of that shit before. I'm like, okay, sometimes I side-eye him. I'm like, all right. I think a little fruity here sometimes. Because here's another thing. I'm gonna call him out right now because sometimes when we play games on Discord, like me and some of our friends from college and shit, he would randomly say shit like, oh my god, I can't wait to, like, you know, I can't wait to get my hands on you. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, okay, that's just being comfortable, right? Sure, that's just being comfortable, a little bit too comfortable with your friends. I think he's a little, I don't, but I think he's straight still. I'm pretty sure he is, right? But here's the thing. Okay, let me move on to the next part of the story. So a friend of ours came to this trip like a couple days in just to hang out for a little bit. So guess who ended up having to share a bed with Andy? Me. Because he was originally sleeping upstairs, but then since our friend came over, so now it was like 7 people total, she took the top floor, right, where Andy was sleeping. And Andy like decided to just, you know, well, yeah, that was the only place that he could sleep. Otherwise he would have to sleep on the couch, right? I'm like, all right, sure. Okay, you can stand there. It's not like this is abnormal, by the way, because in Japan we were like sharing a room before as well. Yeah. The thing is, right, we were playing Jackbox games the night before, that night, and he made a side comment of like, guys, I have to jerk off so bad. Okay? Yeah? Thanks for telling us that. Or something. It's been, apparently, he mentioned it's been 2 to 3 weeks since he's last, you know, relieved himself. Yeah? I don't know why he just said it all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? I'm like, I gotta share a bed with this guy? This dude, I have to share a bed with him. This creepy ass fucker right here. He's a freak. So, I go to bed early that night, right? It was chill. I think he eventually got into bed too, right? And woke up the next morning. Everything was fine. It was very respectful, very peaceful, right? I noticed he took up quite a bit of bed space. Like, I woke up like this. Okay, let me tell you right now. This is how it ended up being. So this is my bed, right? That I was staying in. Okay, I'm like right here. You know where the fuck he is? He's like right. This is where he's at. That's Andy right there. He has all this space. Why are you getting so close to me? I'm right here, right? I'm just trying to, like, originally, you know, this is what the bed originally looked like when I went to bed. I was right here. Yeah? This is Shoto right here. I think this is Andy, like right over here. 24, no, not 24, like 8 hours later, yeah? Turns into me being over here and him being like right there. Yeah? Getting a little too close. Just buy casual things, yeah? Sure. Definitely buy casual things, dude. Okay. So, that was just the first night we had to share a bed, unfortunately. He was just a little cold. Then he has plenty of blanket. Bro took the blanket from me. He took the fucking blanket from my ass, man. Like, I remember the next night that I was sleeping, this is how much blanket was covering me, right? And he had all this. All this over here. I'm like, dude, stop taking all the blankets from me. What the hell is wrong with you? It's not okay. Let me tell you what like really made me kind of like sus. So keep in mind that jerk off comment from the other day. We were playing Jackbox games, right? And there's this thing where it's playing one truth and one lie, right? It like, so usually it would show up where it's like, okay, you have a prompt right here that is a lie, and you have a prompt right here that is a truth, right? And you have to like figure out which one the lie is and which one the truth is to get the points, right? And you know what Andy's was? His was like, I did jerk off this trip versus I did not jerk off this trip. And we all of our friends looked at each other in horror, right? All of us were like, what the fuck? No. So obviously, I think the truth was that he didn't jerk off this trip, right? Because he's being respectful. Guess which one was the truth? That he did jerk off this trip. So, yes, he did. He did. That was the truth. That one was the truth, right? And I'm like, my first reaction was like, there's no way you did that while I was sleeping right next to you. I'm gonna kill you, right? But he told me, allegedly, he did it when he was sleeping in his room by himself upstairs before our friend came over, right? And he had to switch rooms, yeah? So I'm just sitting there like, I hope to God. But like, I don't think he would do that. I think he's respectful. Okay, no trolling. I think he actually didn't do that. So, but it doesn't help that like the next night, right? I'm trying to sleep over here, yeah? And he comes up over here, tries to get a little cozy, right? I'm like, can you give me space, please? Can you move over to your side? You have so much territory over here, right? To move over and rest. And he was being difficult, right? So instead, you know what he decided to do? He went directly in the middle, right? And laid sideways and shit. And I'm like, bro, move over here. You have so much space. So then I go on my phone, right? And I call Jeremy. Poor little Shoto is like, Jeremy, can you come up here and tell him to like move over to his side of the bed? Please help me, right? And finally, right? We reach an agreement. He's right here. I'm right here. And I put a pillow right here for us. I built a wall, right? So I could sleep comfortably. I built a wall between us. I wake up the next morning. The wall's gone. He's right here again. The wall. He's there again. His leg is on me this time. I'm like, hello, bro? I'm just like, okay, whatever. I can't do anything. I'm too tired. I'm too sleepy at this point. I really gotta sit down with him one of these days. I'm like, what? Are you sure you're straight, man? But like, I think it's just, you know, this is why I have to ask you guys: is this normal? I think it's normal, right? I think it's just like, you know, when your friend likes to play around and shit like that. That's all it is, right? Yeah. I think he's straight. I'm pretty sure he is, right, guys? Maybe bi casual is like a mask of being in denial, and you know, it's just one of those times where I had to actually ask him, hey man, you gay or something? You like dudes? Are you sure you like pussy? Come on, be honest with me. I don't know, man. I don't know. And he gropes my thighs and my calves. He's like grabbing it and saying like, oh my god, these could feed a whole family. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? He's homosexual, sure.